There once was a freezing cat who was looking for shelter when she came across a dark cave. "Step into my abode," offered the dark. "It will warm you if you surrender your wants."
The story goes of a nameless maker who pulled creative spark from the dark itself without giving it fire. With his dark source, he managed to create swaths of land in no time. The dark itself waited for a gift of fire, but the maker just kept on taking, too busy building his crooked fences and watchtowers. Kept his fire locked away in his chest. One day, he decided to create the first people to inhabit and appreciate his creation. It was then that the dark corrupted the maker's clay, guided his greedy hands into creating not people.
The dark's eyes were much too big and watchful for the cat's liking. She went on to find warmth somewhere else. sought. Rooftops piercing the sky. Approaching the town, she was greeted by a crone. "Come, kitty, kitty, you must be tired. Sit in my lap. Share your soft fur, and I shall warm you for a spell."
Welcome to Coal Haven, newcomer. Good to see you flame in these parts again. I'll be your guide tonight. This furnace here used to run on coal and fire, don't you know? But a thief stole all our matches, wasted them in greed, you see. Now the ghost has come to smite the wicked and punish the thief who killed us. Well, I guess that's it. That's a tour on the house. There's a bone right there in the snow. There ain't no place for a bone. Feel that something's changing. That furnace was the soul of the city. We used to worship it, us coal miners did. fed it trees and fire like it was a hungry, angry god. This broke here, shaking cold.
The cat didn't like the crone's crude pettings. Her hands tugged at her fur. Now, rest still, the crone said, as she pulled out a crooked knife. The cat was quick and escaped just in time.
Listen for the bone.
Listen.
ghost. The thief loved the stars. Would have plucked them out of the sky if it were possible. But the dark itself stole her stars, turned the thief's sky as black as a cup of joe. And so the thief began to steal matches and lit them, hundreds of them, like little stars of her own. The crooked path to the house on the hill.
Wherever she sought warmth, it had a price. The miners needed the cat to get rid of the rats, and the vicar wanted her protection from bad luck. Bony hands reached out from all around her, trying to grab her.
The burnt matches lead to the house.
We're running out of matches.
The furnace is...
It burns! It burns!
What's... This isn't my body. The fire, did we snuff it out? Where's... Did I save them? The house. It's ruined. Well, it wasn't supposed to go down that way. They locked the door, threw the key into the woods. Huh. There was so much anger, and now there's nothing. This body is so uncomfortable. While I was in the black, I had a dream. There was a monster in the woods with our door key dangling from its tail. I ran, tried to chase it, grab the key, and what I did. That's it, that's the key. Unlock the door. Please. I want to see my home again.
Furnace is getting weak. Council says we're running out of matches.
We'll have to harvest more trees then.
I don't like it. Losing the forest like this.
Not like we have a choice.
The cat felt as if the walls around her were growing taller, the alleyways narrowing. Turning a corner, she bumped into a girl sitting in the snow. In her bony little hands, a lit match. "What do you think of my star?" the girl asked. "Isn't it pretty?"
Crooked path to the house on the hill lies open. You hear the scream. With no matches left, we couldn't light the furnace. And the thief paid a terrible price for her burning greed. As the furnace died, one by one, so did we. But before we perished, the dark itself moved into our hollow husk, turning us cold and wicked. If I had a heart, I'd feel great shame for what we did. I'd feel great shame for what we did. The old man feels it too. Should have been long dead with the rest.
The old man is the one left. He carries the shame.
Rest for us after what we did.
Oh, that voice. What I wouldn't give to hear her sing again. Those sweet, sweet tunes like fallen leaves of the trees that were. Such a waste. Such a shame. I wish I could hear her sing again. Just once. Just once. Oh, I know she stole from us. I know what she did to our town. She could sing. This town's not much without fire, no. It's even less without song. If I could just hear that lullaby one last time, I know I'd be able to move on. I know I captured it once in a melody-keeping head of clay, so she could hear her beauty for herself. But I dropped in the woods. nasty gold-digging persons I pray. Darkness listens. Little flame, you found it! Does it still keep our song? Fire. Little soul, you charming little wanderer, my life's companion and body's guest. Where are you off to now? I don't know what I thought would happen. I feel a strange warmth, but just as coal runs deep in the earth, so is the shame a part of me, mine alone to bear.
The girl offered her burning match, her last star, but the cat could tell she needed it all for herself. Grateful for her unconditional kindness, the cat left her to her ghosts.
Carries a cold even who's ugly and vengeful or great. The door to the flame is open. It's already there. You just haven't lit it yet. Now, if you don't mind, a little spark. And just maybe we'll be able to die for real this time. In life, I didn't mind a little loneliness, but this is the worst. The furnace longs to burn once more.
Release me. Light the match. The match. Light it, please. Thank you.
The cat finally settled in front of a giant, burning furnace. In its bright flames, she could glimpse a dark future. This did not matter to her, for now she was eternally warm and at peace.
The flame burns still, and the fire has spread along the walk. The cold takes its toll, and Potboy's flame flickers. But it is still enough for the climb to Moon Mountain, to light the final fire. The road always leads to Moon Mountain.
There's a fella who watches over the midnight walk, pointy hat and hollow gaze. He's been around longer than you or I. Some say he was one of the first sculptures to have breath. Some say he's not from around here, but from another maker's work table entirely. Some say he's seen what lies beyond Moon Mountain. But I just think he's lost like the rest of us, and he's waiting for the right one to come along. Waiting for something that'll give him that eureka for his song. He keeps his banjo by his side.
Hey, my. The bird one and its flame approaches. The road's been long, hasn't it? And it just keeps on going, don't it? Why don't you rest here for a spell? Change is in the air. Warm winds coming in from Coldhaven. I trust you're not pushing that little flame of yours too hard. He is mighty, no question about it. But between you and me, he still has a ways to go until Moon Mountain. Ah, heck, it ain't my place to tell you how to tend your flame. I'm sure you'll be fine. You'll be just fine. Ah, to feel at home wherever you walk. How's it? What a friend to have on the road, huh? Now, there's an open door invitation, if I've ever seen one. Go on in, then. Get some rest.
A boatsman went out into a foggy lake to find peace. Then, out of nowhere, came another boat that bumped into his. He cursed whoever was on the other boat, but when the fog cleared, he discovered that it was, in fact, empty.
These are Kofakai on molds, rebirthing the bodies of the burnt one. Failure after failure, they keep coming back. They lie dormant. Without a little adversity. and me feed moonward. A symbiosis most reasonable. Don't you agree? On the menu, crows. See you, not to crawl closer, Moonbird. I see you, not to crawl closer, Moonbird. Face just behind. Stop that. Liar, eyes on fire. The pictures, they're moving again. Forbidden. It is forbidden. It is forbidden. Hush, no talking in the theater, fools.
stories. How I cherish them. Real as clay, as palpable as the midnight air. All we have left once the dark has taken the last campfire from us. The projectors tell a story of failure. The craftsman projects it onto his creations. He keeps building without love for his craft. He needs to see it.
The potter, stuck in the sinking clay in which he had dug so greedily, spoke his final verse. Here was I born, and here I lived. My refuge was the clay, and now the clay has played me false in a most grievous way. Three blind explorers discovered a sleeping beast. Each of them touched it and described it to one another. Its skin is coarse, said one. No, its ears are big, exclaimed another. The teeth are its most prominent feature, declared the third. Who was right or wrong mattered little, as the beast awoke and ate them all.
ugly reflections of the daughter. None of them will ever dance, ever feel the warmth of their maker's heart. They can never be enough.
After years of searching for her son, the weaver was convinced she had lost him to the dark. One night, there came a knock upon the door. "It's your son," said a voice. "Please let me in." Thinking this was some cruel spirit come to mock her grief, she remained silent until her son gave up and left, never to return again.
Isn't that just the way? The father hoped the daughter would fill his heart with fire, failing to see that she needed a fire of her own. His princess danced away, and he stayed behind, cemented in his ancient groove. The heart is a bottomless pit, never sated, always craving for more. Enough! Keep on walking the midnight walk. Don't run all the way to your inferno. She will be there to gobble up the empty.
The wanderer asked the craftsman, "How do you make such perfect sculptures?" To which he replied, Oh, there's nothing to it, really. I go into the dark woods. I find the sculpture already waiting inside a tree. And then it's just a matter of carving it out.
When I was a child, I exchanged letters with a monster in the woods. We were best pals, and we shared all our secrets with each other. One day, my sister told me that the monster wasn't real, that she'd written me all those letters to play a joke on me. But the joke's on her, because I knew the truth about the monster in the woods, and we exchange letters to this day.
Hark! Not very far now. Not very far. The flame longs to be free. Caged, it cannot truly burn. How beautiful. How tantalizing. It is simply the way of fire. It is what it is.
When the nameless maker lost his creation to the dark, he went back to the great drawing board. In his desperation to regain control, he made an attempt to sculpt the face of the dark itself, something he thought he'd glimpsed in his nightmares. But the face wormed.
Whoa there! You look like you're about to move a mountain. That's what I get for trying to get in the way of a flame and its destination. Let him walk his walk. Ain't nothing gonna stop him now, looks like. Fare thee well now, Burnt One. You're going to Moon Mountain, and that walk is for you alone. You have a tough decision ahead of you to make, just like the ones who came before. But they're all long gone. In the end, all there's left to follow is your own heart.
When I was a child, I exchanged letters with a monster in the woods. We were best pals, and we shared all our secrets with each other. One day, my sister told me that the monster wasn't real, that she'd written me all those letters to play a joke on me. But the joke's on her, because I knew the truth about the monster in the woods. And we exchange letters to this day. Oi! You the caretaker of this little fireball? What were you thinking, letting him run off? Don't you know how precious he is? Oh, yes you are. A real sunbeam. Who took the sun away? We Merkles used to ask until it finally ceased to matter. Night skies like these, trouble seems so far away, doesn't it? I mean, isn't this just exactly my point? I used to be afraid of the dark, so much so that I became obsessed with these huge electric lamps left behind by the craftsmen of old. couldn't pry myself away from them. I'd sleep outdoors and under their blinding radiance. One day, I woke up to the noise of quivering planks and nails. And would you believe it was my own house leaving me? It had gotten so restless it grew a pair of legs, took a name, and went on a hike. Housey was its name, bless its soul. Houses have no imagination. But I bet it had a grander adventure than I could ever imagine. This little flame is your home, burnt one. Keep them nurtured and safe, and you'll always find yourself in the right place through the rain.
What is the dark? Is it ugly and cruel? Is it a place for monstrosities, for fools lost in the woods? A terrible void where all your nightmares come true. The dark could be a friend, perhaps a space where we might find each other, all of us equal The dark could be an embrace and the release of the old, like taking off a tight shoe, laying bare one's feet, and taking a first step onto a new adventure. The dark could be a moment of clarity and calm, a break through icy clouds and the shameful stories we tell ourselves that fetter us to the clay and mud. The dark could be the space and time that we need to recover from the death of a dream and the quiet promise of new beginnings waiting on the other side of grief. In the end, the dark remains a mystery, its secrets locked away behind the stars. But one can rest assured that it is always there, watching, patiently waiting for us to enter it, with fire in our hearts and with eyes wide open.
died. Hark! Your fire is dying, but the last embers will light the final fireplace and send your Potboy home. Can you do what you must? Naturally, you must. It is destined, and you will be loved and forgotten.
Under the first sun, but it didn't matter how much they bathed in its light. They craved more. They
gut feeling like something was up, like something was on the way, a danger I never could have guessed. I figured that's just how I always feel, and my worries seldom come true. And now here I am, and I have been for some time now, and it just won't come back. I'm thinking, while I had it, I didn't know what to do with it. How...
Once upon a time, some folk on the other side of this and that had the most strange and beautiful dream. I hope that tonight you caught a glimpse of it, and I wish you the levity and grace to smile in the darkest of times and on the way down your midnight walk. Once upon a time, some folk on the other side of this and that had the most strange and beautiful dream. I hope that tonight you caught a glimpse of it, and I wish you the levity and grace to smile in the darkest of times and on the way down your midnight walk.